this might be the most movement we've had in the Klein Brothers coaches top 20 all season long. Two great upsets, and other ranked teams, meeting up. RBC solidified their number one spot, and Middletown South kind of got dinged a little bit because of how lopsided it was, 35-0 for the Casey's. Those top three teams now, Donovan Catholic at 3. I think, to me, those are the three. They've really separated themselves. But the big movers of the week, Raritan and Ocean. I mean, you saw Ocean.
Yeah.
They're now jumping into the top 10 here.
Well, I could see how impressed people because they were really clicking dynamic plays. So they jumped up 5 spots. I thought Southern moving up 6 also says a lot from the coaches out there in the shore, believing in them. Raritan moved up.
They got a win over a Long Branch team that was number 7, and a shutout win.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely impressed the voters a little bit. You see Rumson kind of ticking back upwards after their win over Wall. I think people feel like they'll be right back in their customary spot there in the top 5 or 6. We got a big one coming up with Point Borough, number 4, against Raritan, number 8 there. That's a big divisional game. Borough, I would say, the strong favorite in that game, but still a good ranked matchup. And how about Marlboro now, a top 10 team? That's a little bit of rarefied air for them. I mean, this is a program that's only had 6 winning seasons in the history of their program.
Now they're on a roll.
Started in 1968. So, I mean, this is their chance to really grab the spotlight. I think they're one of the better stories. The thing is, now the gauntlet starts. They have Howell and they have other hard, Jackson, Colson. They have a lot of difficult games coming up in a row. So we're going to find out how for real they are.
Scott, when you're chasing people, you surprise people when you're winning. They're not surprising anybody anymore. So they got now their target on their back, so people are going after them. I'm curious.
I mean, they're the favorite. Howell this week would love nothing more than to spoil it for them after losing to Freehold Township last week. And I mean, I know the transitive property doesn't always work in football, but Freehold Township just beat Howell by 2 touchdowns, and Marlboro beat Freehold Township by 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think Marlboro's the favorite to get the win there, but you never know with these Freehold regional district rivalries what could happen. But this is shaping up to be a special season for Marlboro. I mean, a 4-0 start, that would be something. I mean, their best season ever. The only division title they ever won was 1994.
When they won
that in perspective, that was the fall season after I graduated from high school. So it was a million.
Yeah, and St. John Vianney moved up 4 slots with a 3-game winning streak, winning people over. So, a lot of teams, there is going to be a lot of movement. And, this is going to be different in the next couple of weeks too. And that's why we played on the field. But look at the difference between Manalapan and Rumson. 1 point by the coaches. Yeah. 1 point. So everybody thinks that that's going to be a huge game.
Well, the good thing is with teams like that, they're going to settle it on the field.
Yeah.
They play each other. So, that to me is always a good thing when it's not just a paper argument. It will actually get settled in a game. And then obviously we got the monster one coming up. Number 1 RBC versus number 3 Donovan Catholic. And let's end this. I'll ask you the hypothetical. If Donovan Catholic beats RBC, do they jump Toms River North for number 1 in your mind?
That was a tough one, and thank God the coaches are picking the top 20, so yes. I can hide behind that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is great for me. When I was in the doing my other websites and working for the press, the media had to take the brunt of it. Now the coaches can make it.
Here's my answer to that: if Donovan beats Red Bank Catholic, and I'm not going to say impressively, because if they beat them by 1 point, that's impressive.
Right.
They have a legitimate shot to be the number 1 team there. But the unfortunate thing is Donovan and North will never play each other. They played in a scrimmage, but it's a scrimmage. And it was a very evenly matched. I think North won by 1 time, but it was evenly matched scrimmage right there. That's a tough one. And that's a tough one. We don't have that short conference tournament like we did a couple years ago. So that is a tough one. This Donovan Catholic
theoretically have the scenario where, say they win, they make it to the state playoffs unbeaten, they lose to Bergen Catholic, who's the number 1 team in the state and a nationally ranked team, perennial juggernaut, and then Toms River North goes undefeated. I'm sure the argument will be, hey, Townsville North, they're the group champions, the first group champions. They should get it. They didn't lose a game. But meanwhile, Donovan Catholic, we're going to say, well, we have more quality wins, and the team we lost to would beat any team in the short conference.
Well, the only thing I could agree with you, there will be an argument.
Yes. That's what we love, though. So you have to keep checking back every week to see how it goes.